Blah. Call the spaceships to Davenport. Prepare for div anarchy and interface with a couch in space. It's Space Couch time. Once again, very excited for this week's episode. This is going to be fun. Speaking of fun, what is more fun than doing advertising this week with brand new host, advertiser, Liger Hawk Records? You want to check out the brand new Diesel Dandy from Bitman. He went 8-bit Baroque. It's amazing. Then Cat Scratch is the new collab between Meat Cramp and Ape Panda Strike. Sick Society from Tommy Tantrum. He's just knocking them out. Spew has got a new demo called Regurgitated Demos. Punk rock is all heck. Then Serpadoose has Redshift, old school EBM. Gasoline and Vertebrate released Addicted to the Fiction as deleted by Reddit. Liger entered the Octagon for our sampler. It's free. And then we just signed Meat Cramp. Friend of the show is now on Liger Hawk Records. Well, not like signed because, there's no signatures because we're illiterate. Then you also want to check out our other sponsor, which is, of course, Super 7, the coolest action figures in all the land. I'm always picking up stuff from them. This week, we're featuring this one I got a while back, but it's one of my favorites. I got the whole Thundercats Ultimate line, but they knocked it out of the park on Bengali. Ostensibly the coolest of the expansion characters, but you get a whole anvil and sort of omens on the thing, and that hammer doesn't come with it because I 3D printed that because I'm a giant nerd. Speaking of giant nerds, I am super excited for this week's guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Badger. What's going on? Thanks for coming to space.
How's it going?
Amazing.
Yes.
So let's do a feature we haven't done on a second here on Space Couch because I keep forgetting about it, which is encapsulate what you create. It used to be called Describe Your Vibe, but YouTube stole that. So now it's encapsulate what you create. So we have YouTube super sensation Angry Badger here. Well, it's space, so we can lie. I'm kidding.
Sure.
You're a super sensation.
Yeah.
So I want to do like a flyby on everything that you do. So we've got Badger Cast, which sort of seems to be like your sort of flagship.
Disney's Boy Trouble. Studio seeks original IP to win back Gen Z men amid Marvel and Lucasfilm struggles. Let me translate that to you. We alienated every single member of the core audience, specifically men and white men of Star Wars and Marvel, by excluding them, butchering legacy characters, and ostensibly turning what were boy brands and bought specifically because they were boy brands into girl brands, which then guess what? You have no more male audience to speak of, and that is exactly what we've seen.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah,
Monday,
like
Tuesday,
a pop culture.
And Wednesday, pop culture. Then we have Inside the Badger Den.
That's Friday night. That's the panel show.
Okay, featuring many friends of Space Couch.
Yes.
And then you do in-theater reactions, which I was just really getting a kick out of. It's not like a show,
those are newer.
But that's like, I often like, I get a big kick out of that because I'm like, is my opinion like coming right out of this going to be as the same as if I think about like, why didn't Magneto just drop the prison on the base? So like, a second later after I see X-Men 3 or something like that. So those are really cool. And then you also co-host something called Nerd Rage.
That's one of the 17 different names that he's come up with that we don't actually stick to. But yeah, Nerd Wars, my streaming companion. Every Thursday and Friday, he has like a pre-show, either pre-open bar or pre-F&T. And then Saturday and Sunday, he's got a stream that I'm on.
Goodness gracious. Well, thank you for carving out a few seconds to beam your signal all the way here to space. It costs billions of dollars, and there's no reason why I host a show on a couch in space, but it's what it is.
Makes sense to me.
We already made the graphic, but okay, so Space Cateers at home, you can catch our guest pretty much all the time on
all the time. Yeah.
Just put in the Angry Badger on is YouTube where we
Yeah.
should send people?
The Angry Badger 3 on YouTube. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm on Film Threat Mondays. You can see me there if you like Mr. Chris Core.
Film Threat is I don't have that one down here. What's that?
Oh no, that's a friend's YouTube. It's just another one where I'm like a panel show talking about movie and pop cultures.
Non-stop. Yeah. I love it. Well, maybe that's already answering the next thing I wanted to ask you about, because you were just shy of 10,000 subscribers, which is dope. Like, I was gonna ask, like, how does Lowly Space Couch get to Badger level? Is it just reps, like just grinding it out?
Yeah, it's a lot of different things. It's picking what works best for you, but then repetition. I'm talking about pop culture, so it's naturally going to have a very passionate group of people that the news cycle is constantly talking about something, but not really evergreen. Like videos that might hit a couple thousand views now will not be relevant in a week,
right?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem to be doing a bit more long form, where this has a lot of rewatchability because people can check it out, and you're doing interviews. Yeah, just keep plugging away, basically.
Just keep plugging away. Cool, man. Cool. Yeah, I used to do live, and there was a big thing there, and then some shit went down, and now we're really quick. But it's been a lot of fun. So I'll just keep at it. Okay, so let's get into some nitty gritty, because I you can't see it here from my apartment / space station or whatever, but there's a giant wall of action figures over here, and you've got some great stuff in the background there.
I'm surrounded.
Hell yeah. Okay, so do you have any prized pieces, like any? I know you probably got 1,000, but like in your Mount Rushmore, like what do you?
Yeah, it's probably just like maybe the original one I got that was like, I would never spend $90 for an action figure or some dumb shit like that. And then you found it, and it's like, yeah, it was my first. It's the Action Comics 1000 Superman from McFarlane.
Hell yes.
And as you grow, it's like you kind of see what it would look like in your head,
right?
I was like, I kind of want like a Power Rangers. You said Super 7. I've got their Power Rangers line because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was the shit. Yeah, and fulfilling. It's very nice. So it's a nice little addiction, the figures.
Well, let me plug that again. You can go to super7.com/spacecouchshow, and I get like 0.1% of your purchase or something like that. But hell yeah, I love it. No, that's ringing true to me too. I've got Mongor, the fear-based goat villain that was in one episode of Thundercats, and I'm like, do I want to drop this much? Yeah. And it's like, it's the centerpiece, kind of everything's based around that. So
and you 3D printed the hammer.
Oh,
yeah. I'm down to getting like custom soft goods capes and 3D printed pieces to update. Yeah, it's what you do.
It's what you do. Like, I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee right now / space, and I used to be in Boston, and found this toy collectors group where, like, at the tender age of 40, I was like the youngest one, and like all these kind of like grizzled dudes were like, oh wow, tell us about the new stuff from the 80s. Like, it was the best. And so that's kind of where my love of toys really took off. All right, so maybe rivaled only by my love of Thundercats is my love of the DC universe. And
it's my preferred.
I saw you were doing some Booster Gold talk on an episode not too long ago.
Yeah, it was the discussion that was one of Gunn's first projects. Was he announced a Booster Gold movie or show, and so it was like, who the hell are they going to get to that? And then we kept hearing Kamal Nanjiani possibly as which is not what I picture as the blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
Right.
Booster.
Well, that's exactly where I wanted to go, because it's like now I'm seeing like on my curated Facebook ads that he's got like a quote unquote lock on it. So like
he showed up at the premiere for Peacemaker season 2, and he was caught at like a dinner. So everyone's like, look, he's at premieres, he's at dinners. Not who I would cast personally, but I don't have much hope for current casting of beloved properties.
Choice, like, I kind of get it, because it's like the joke was always him, meaning Booster Gold. Like, he's this goofball from like, it's not like jokes happen around him, so it makes sense that it would be this sort of very self-deprecating comedian. who's like now just kind of ripped, like as an aside. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would
We'll
have gone
see.
with like a Glenn Powell, someone who looks like the
Nice.
character in the comic, and
Yes.
he can play self-deprecating,
Mhm.
make a fool of himself. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that Running Man as far as like compared to the Arnold or whatever, but
Oh
like the
yeah.
character he's playing seems very much ever so slightly buffoonerish. That would be very
Okay.
fine in a booster goal. But yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Guess
Yeah.
we'll find out tonight. It's a Peacemaker premiere season 2.
Oh, is it tonight? I suck. Okay, so like
Oh.
I'm just so into my doing 8,000 other things that
It's space. All the transmissions are delayed.
it's
I get you.
right. Like
Yeah.
I might see some stuff that hasn't even come out yet there on terra firma. It's bending around black holes and stuff like that.
You got the better end, I think. It's better out there than here.
Well, on that vector of vectors, I was wondering if I could do a little, as long as I have the great angry badger, if I could indulge myself with a little bit of fan casting.
Sure.
So okay, who do you got? Who do you got for the following? The Question, Plastic Man, and then I wanted to at least go one Marvel, Terror Inc. If you remember that one.
Terror Inc. I had to look up. I wasn't
Okay.
familiar with that when I saw anything.
Oh.
Really, all of them. The answer is I want to not know who the actor is.
Okay.
I want unknowns.
Right.
Like ideally, Jim Carrey in his prime would have been Plastic Man. This is basically made for him to do that role.
How
But
did
like
I
right
think of
now,
that?
yeah, I don't want to know. That's the whole thing. I want these actors
Right.
to like maybe I've seen them in something where I
Mhm.
kind of remember them, but really I just want to look at them and see the character, and I don't want to hear anything about their
Right.
politics or anything about their personal life. Just be the character for 10 years.
Okay.
So an unknown really is what I'd prefer.
That's a perfect. I mean, because that's what, like, I mean, that's what Hugh Jackman like is forever Wolverine because we didn't know who
Yes.
he was, at least here
Yeah.
in the States beforehand. So yeah, if it's,
Well, and
that's,
they're going to pay him to be Wolverine until he's fucking 90, really until he is 90. So that
Right.
he is forever going to be Wolverine. Yeah.
till he is literally Old Man Logan. The
Yeah.
yeah, I know that's a fantastic answer because it's like if it's whoever Matt Damon coming in is the Question. You're like, all right, it's
You
the
see
que-
Matt Damon.
It's you see
Well-
Matt Damon. Well, maybe not.
Well, and the
literally
Question,
mask.
at least, I don't want to see his face at all.
Yeah,
Right? 'Cause
right,
he would
there you
be-
go.
like technically, we don't even need to see
Right.
him without the.
There you go.
Yeah.
In my own sort of fan casting, I had him as Bob Odenkirk. Now that like he's kind of weirdly jacked,
Okay.
you
I
know,
could totally see that. And his
and-
voice would be just fine.
grizzled and like just kind of done with it. And
Yeah.
Plastic Man, I had to punt and go Doug Jones just for the body type, and then Terror Inc. Is a really bizarre. I tried to flex and think of the most random guy I could.
That's totally a random one. Yes.
He from like the horror comics era. He was like this dead kind of entity that would swap out body parts, which is ridiculous.
That's cool.
So I had Jack Black down just because he would have to play it so comedically silly to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jack might be on a moratorium now for movies. We got to stop letting him for a little bit. he had a couple too many.
Was he in something? I forget. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and Pedro Pascal can
Mhm.
just have a conference about what it is to be like, yo, dog, I heard you like working, so you can work while you work.
Pull back a little bit. We got to miss you. You need to go away so we can miss you.
Right. Yeah. Nick Cage can host. Yeah. It'll be
Yeah.
they can start a podcast. All right. 6. So we have from the Mighty Badger unknowns for all, so they can just sort of grow into it and not like. I didn't mind Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, but he was doing Samuel L. Jackson. Like,
Right. Yeah. So same thing with Marvel. Like if they do their little reset, the new X-Men, just get new people.
Just get
new people
get
that
totally new dudes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, like, if we could sort of invert and go Happy Badger, like with all the crazy shit that's going on in like James Gunn world right now, like what's good? Like what's good in fandomery in your opinion right now?
What's good? Well, for the people that like Superman, they got their Superman movie, even though it didn't break even, but apparently the reaction in the studios is good to them or good enough. So for them, that's good. Yeah, I don't know. The problem is like a lot of the franchises are still destroyed. If you
Mhm.
like Aliens, I guess you've got Alien Earth that's out right
I
now.
heard
Some
that was
people are
whack as
liking that.
shit, but I haven't
That's
seen
the
it.
problem is that
Ah,
because everything's been destroyed now, everyone is so divisive. And then there's a
mm,
certain group of people that like, man, I just want to like something. And so
mhm.
maybe they're starting to like stuff, but then the people that are still vocal about how destroyed everything is are like, you only like it because everything's been destroyed. And some of
Fascinating.
that's true, but we've also got people that are so used to hating and pointing out all the bad things, they couldn't
Yeah.
like something if they were paid to. So I find myself, the problem is when you point out nuance, you end up fighting everyone.
Yeah, well, all I have to say are the words Star Wars, and a fight has almost started. Like,
Yeah,
I've
it's
opened
very,
the
it goes into
door.
tribal, and then people attach what they like to themselves. And
Right.
so if you criticize something, they take it as criticizing. The Superman James Gunn one is perfect. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I like David as Superman. I
Mm-hmm.
liked a lot of things about it, but I also
Mm-hmm.
hated a lot about it and what they did.
Mm-hmm.
I end up fighting both sides because I'm either a gun gooner or a Snyder
Mm-hmm.
bot shill, you can't really have any sort of opinion unless it's the consensus opinion, and then it's a whole nother problem. It's
Well,
that consensus.
we don't need to totally relitigate it because I know you've done a lot of talk about it. But now I gotta ask, like, give me like one or two things you would have fixed about that Superman.
I would not have had the 30-year-old who is Superman for 3 years and works as a reporter act like a 21-year-old that doesn't know a goddamn thing about politics, world, or humanity.
It's like what I just yeah, that's like you just discovered it the other
I
day.
felt like a lot of that movie was just a gross overcorrection from the complaints that Snyder got. Oh, it's too dark. We'll make it bright and
Uh
poppy. Oh, people died realistically. We'll make sure the entire city is evacuated in 10 minutes.
huh.
Um, and then I watched the hour behind the scenes of them explaining it. David seemed to understand the character. The big speech at
Mm-hmm.
the end where he just sounds like a petulant child. He even says like, it sounds like I'm trying to convince Lex, and
Mm-hmm.
Gunn essentially forced him to do it
I didn't
in
know
that
that.
emotional way. And even David said, yeah, but my dad just told me that doesn't matter, that it's what I
Mm-hmm.
do that defines me. And so why would this still upset me? So yeah, I think he seems like he's a great Superman. I would have loved to see
Right.
him with someone else's script and direction.
Right, right. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, yeah. I thought it was pretty great. Like I'm assuming. Okay, spoiler alert for the you like the big reveal that like Ultraman is a clone of him. Like we didn't all see that from the first 5 seconds of
Yeah.
the like.
But then you get people, why didn't he use X-ray vision? Why didn't his super hearing hear them talking about the moves on the computer? And
Right.
it goes into a whole thing. And then people, oh, you're just nitpicking. It's like, well, you guys were pointing it out on earlier movies. Yeah.
As a hyper fan, I have to say like them nailing Mr. Terrific was like okay, all right, somebody did some research.
That's the problem though,
Yeah.
right? In the movie, in the Superman movie,
In the
Mr.
Superman
Terrific,
movie, yeah.
and the other one's got the best, and he's always constantly saved by Crypto. I just wanted Superman to be the real star of his own
Okay.
movie.
Gotcha.
Because
Gotcha.
Justice Gang, yeah, those were great. That's
That's
where
great.
Gunn shines, is those group ensembles.
Yes, and like seeing a almost pitch perfect like metamorpho, I'm like hell yeah, and then
Yeah.
like we do kind of weird. I won't get into the political, but like that was there, like.
Which is fine. Those countries always existed in there. But yeah, and depending on how old you are, you either thought that was Russia and Ukraine or you thought it was Israel, Palestine.
Right.
So it just goes to show you how analogous it
Yeah,
was. But
that is a very interesting point.
yeah, in the future, I would have just preferred less silliness, a little more seriousness, a little more seriousness, a little more stoicism for my Superman.
Well, let's just get right into it. By what you mean, radiation round. No wrong answer. Say whatever you want. It's called radiation round because lightning is exceeding the rarity in space. So we sort of already answered this one, but Marvel or DC?
Yeah, DC for me. I've always resonated to them. I liked Marvel, but growing up, that was just because of the animated series of like Spider-Man and Wolverine, or
Totally.
X-Men.
Yes.
Shows you what I think of that. X-Men was just Wolverine to me.
Right. Right.
I've since come to appreciate more, and then say what you want about Marvel now. They did make Iron Man and Captain America and Thor from like B to A- to prime level. Yeah. But yeah, always DC. Most of my characters are DC.
Totally. Yeah, it is interesting to imagine a world in which Iron Man was like rank 2, but now my mom knows who Tony Stark is. It's like the craziest.
If they had rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four instead of Fox, and it had just started with like Spider-Man, X-Men, and Fantastic Four, I don't think now maybe, but not to the level. And Robert Downey Jr.
Right, nailed it.
That's
Okay, so question 2: who, in your opinion, is the best Green Lantern?
As far like just the best Green Lantern.
Your favorite, just pick one. Like, who do you like?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite's always going to be Hal Jordan, just because who doesn't love a cocksure? Kyle Rayner would probably be the best one, simply because just of like sheer feats, he's the one that's literally could become a White Lantern or whatever and summon every at will, right? Hal will always be my first and favorite.
Dig it. Yeah.
Love Jon Stewart, love Guy Gardner for different reasons. Like, I love Justice League Unlimited with Jon Stewart and all that. But Hal's my boy.
Hell yeah. No, I got a whole Hal section over here. The I find myself appreciating heroes that kept the gray streak in their hair the older I get. So like, hell yeah, Hal. Although I absolutely love they kept ostensibly the worst haircut in all of comics for the Superman movie for Guy Gardner. I thought
it was definitely a stylistic choice, yes, to go with that bowl cut and go with the most aggressive version of the bowl cut.
Leaning right into that strike. Okay, so among the core 4, which member of the A team do you which member of the A team do you most identify?
I guess maybe there's times, not because of the looks, but maybe just the talking. I would have said Face, just because of
stop it. You got the looks things. Too.
But Murdoch's the fun one.
Yeah. No, totally. I oscillate somewhere between Face and Murdoch. I
do get angry, so maybe a little bit of Baracus, but
maybe a little bit of BA, but I fly too much, or I used to before they took all my gigs away. But like, I do love it. I love it when plans come together. But just being the fun one who can also talk to the ladies. That combination. All right, sick. So we have DC, Hal Jordan, and Murdoch on a technicality.
On a technicality.
I love it. And then we'll stick in entertainment world when we go into hypothetical spectacle, where we just sort of make stuff up out of the ether, being that we are flying through it. Okay, so like, how there was RoboCop the movie, and then they made that wacky RoboCop series in the early 90s. Awesome, because nobody else does.
I'd argue the third RoboCop with the samurai robots and his jetpack also veered into the goofy territory. But,
where they punch the robot and he goes, and he pops his jaw back in. You could almost, it's slapstick, right? Well, to say nothing of like RoboCop moves at like 2 miles an hour when he's walking, and then he's like this graceful angel when he's got the jetpack. Anyway, okay, so take any movie and make a series out of it if you had that power.
God, there's a couple of good ones that I think. Trying to think. Because we really have seen the beauty of long form entertainment, 8 hours stretching it out. Did you ever see the movie Outlander with Jim Caviezel?
No, I know of what you speak, but I never saw it.
Yeah, it's basically like a fancy Beowulf, but where he's transporting a creature, and it like crashes on a planet, and the planet just ends up being like our time Vikings.
Okay,
and he has to hunt it. That would be like interesting if there was more than one thing that escaped from the
good call
the ship. Yeah. And him having to adapt to, with all the futuristic technology, space technology, if you will. Yes.
Yes. Well, we do oscillate between the cutting edge of tech and Viking era, just couches and stuff like that. We're very
being comfortable.
Yeah, right. Just hanging, talking to people in my shorts. And Van Damme shirts.
Van Damme is a hard target era mullet. Shout out.
Maybe we do a hard target series, and he's got to like hunt a different guy every.
I think they actually have made a TV show of that.
Oh yeah, he did have a series
And
for a second.
Time Cop, there was definitely, because that's the other prime
Yeah.
mullet. There was definitely a Time Cop TV show.
Was there a Time Cop show?
Yeah.
What?
Spoiler: they stopped someone from going back in time and killing Hitler. They did because it's too much.
Whoa.
You'll mess up the timeline. Yeah.
Oh snap! I got some homework.
It's not Van Damme character, but yeah, there was like the time whatever authority was TCP.
Okay. Yeah. Sick. All right. Well, okay. So I know what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm just like processing this information that there's a Time Cop series that I had no idea about. So, all right. So we'll bring this flying couch back on into the station shortly. Because you have 16 shows you need to do in the next hour and a half. But we always end on this. What is next for the mighty Angry Badger?
16 shows in the next hour.
16. Dig it.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday, so we'll do a little pre-F&T on Nerd Wars channel, and then Inside the Badger Den at 8 o'clock PST. And that's the panel show where we'll talk about all the things that have happened throughout the week and any new things that popped up, pop culture. Yeah,
do you
the grind.
Set it up beforehand? Like, should our audience expect a bunch of whatever Fantastic Four talk?
Yeah,
or something
a lot of people set up their lives days, weeks ahead. I find that's not exactly the best because you set it up and then your live stream sort of just gets lost in the algorithm.
Okay.
2 to 3 hours before is the best time to set up.
Okay.
Yeah, personally.
Okay.
And then commensurate like social media posts.
Right. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Fascinating, because
it's also people see it and then they out of sight, out of mind. They think it's an hour and they say it's 2 days from now and they don't think about it again.
Fascinating. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Dig it. Yeah, I used to do stuff live, like I said, and I was wondering if I was like promoting it too far ahead of time. Anyway, and panel, you do that all remotely, like we're doing now.
StreamYards, like we're doing. Yeah.
Okay. Sick. And you're a StreamYards person. All right. So those are some little nuggets of advice for those of you out there, because a lot of people do their own shows because you have to now. It's kind of the law. So, right, what we learned today, our guest hosts 24 to 25,000 shows. Catch him on Badger Cast, Inside the Badger Den with many of our former guests here on Space Couch, Nerd Wars, Rage, whatever the title may be that week, and Film Theater,
Film Threat,
Film
Full
Theater.
Channel.
Film Channel. And basically, if it happened in Nerd World, our guest is going to lay it down.
Probably.
I had... I don't know if you've seen it. I often ask for a hypothetical spectacle, what if people in our sort of whatever you call it, YouTube sphere, were members of a classic Dungeons and Dragons party, who would be what? And you are almost always cited as the barbarian.
That's nice.
You have an
axe. Rage.
Yes. Hey, you did it. All right. So just reps and engagement to get to the lofty heights of subscription. By the way, at home, help our guests get to 10,000 subscribers. Action Comics number 100 for Superman is the prized possession. Kumail might pull it off. We'll see. Audience,
Good luck.
As my beloved Booster Gold. Question: Plastic Man, Terror Inc. We need all new people. What's good right now? It's kind of up to you. Is that I think where we landed on that?
Yeah, it's the great search.
So divided. Yeah, I remember a world where it's like, wow, they're like, it just blew me away that they were putting like Scarlet Witch in a movie. Like, wow, this is getting like crazy. And now it's like we've got 3 million iterations of it, and people are pissed that there's not, whatever, a question movie. DC, Hal Jordan, and Murdoch on a technicality, and we will check out the upcoming Outlander series as produced by our host, and check out, I mean, basically throw a stick at YouTube and you will hit our guest. So, yeah, that's if you have any Jerry Springer style closing thoughts, throw them out. Otherwise, we're just going to go to closing credits, man.
No, I appreciate it. Moxie sent me here. She speaks very highly of you, and so hopefully future members of our little group will
fantastic
be with you on the couch.
good old Moxie. That was
casting couch. I can't agree with, but space couch I can totally show up to. That's all right.
Look, man,
well, maybe one
pay
turns
itself,
into the other.
You know?
Yeah,
like,
it's all right. I won't judge.
Do what you gotta do.
We don't kink shame.
Well, I mean, it's space. It's like international waters. Like it's all legal. And on that note, I will say, call the spaceship to Davenport, prepare for advantage. Oh, I screwed it up. This is Brian for Space Couch, for Badger, for the Angry Badger, saying, call the spaceship to Davenport, prepare to advantage. Space Couch. There we go. So I let us talk with the. Dude, that was so much fun.
High energy.
Yes, well, I mean, I could go full DC cast for like a million years. I want. There was the, and we're out, so it doesn't matter. But like, Black Adam was to me a disappointment. Except for the 5 minutes that Dr. Fate was on. Like, I thought they got a pretty good Dr. Fate.
Chris Brosnan was good.
Yeah, other than that, I was like, but
no, they bungled it, and then The Rock used that to try to take control of WB and bullied Henry back in.
Really?
Like just to use Henry. Yeah. And that's basically what lost them all their control, was that little maneuver. And then they hired James Gunn.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that was the Rock basically threatening them to if they didn't bring back. Yeah, and they didn't want to bring Henry back because Henry said no to that Shazam cameo where he's because he wanted that to count as one of my I'm going to be in movies. You're going to pay me for them. And they were like, no, you're going to do that for free. And he's like, no, I'm not. And so from that moment, he was out until The Rock forced him back in. But then the movie underperformed. And here we are with James Gunn, DCU. Yeah.
Well, now I know. And
now you know. So you were correct.
Half the battle. We can do all the G.I. Joe talk if you ever want to come back, because I could throw down pretty hard on that too. All right, I'm going to be here for like the next hour, and you have 26 shows.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much.
No worries, dude.
See you around. All right. Bye.